I'm Steve, and as you can see, we're not in the basement today. We're going to try something a little bit different. I hope you all like it. It kind of reminds me of a Jerry Seinfeld episode. I hope you all like Jerry Seinfeld. They did a lot of their shows on the streets of New York, and we're going to be on the streets of Louisville today. These are not paid actors that you will see. They are not stand-ins. They are just everyday people just like me, and we're going to be traveling. We are in Louisville, Kentucky on West Main Street on Whiskey Row. So you all have heard about a lot about Whiskey Row, and we're going to get up and we're getting ready to look at it. So we're going to go ahead and stand up. I'm going to flip this camera around. All right. So producer's got the camera now. Watch this gate. Watch this gate, produce. All right. I don't know how this is going to go, guys, and I don't know how we're going to respond to comments and stuff like that. But if you look over here, all this over here, that's the original facade of Whiskey Row. And you can see these first two buildings right here. That's your facades. They kept those up for history purposes. Your next buildings are actual buildings. The facade's the same. The building inside has been repurposed and reconditioned and everything else. But the buildings itself are good. So the cool thing about this, so from 111 to 133, that's your original Whiskey Row from the late 1800s. One thing I like, and what I was going to tell you all about, we were going to go into Old Forester today. All right, hi Corey. Happy Friday to you too. So we were going to go into Old Forester, but we'll stop here for a minute. So right behind us, if you all did, I did a little pre-gaming right here. It's called the Bourbon or the Barrel Bar. We did a little pre-gaming there. I had some 1910 Old Forester. It was a good bar. Got a good bourbon selection.
Peter said, "Cheers, everybody."
Hi, Peter. I know most of us here in Kentucky have been down here to Whiskey Row, but the ones that haven't, that's something you all are getting a little bit to get to see a little bit of something today. So we'll go down here to Old Forester. Bourbon stamped on the barrels because most of it came from Bourbon County, Kentucky, but it come down the Ohio River, and they had the falls and the rapids here in the low season, so they had to unload all their boats and everything, get it off, put it on some wagons, get it down on the other side of the falls. Well, when they did that, this became a big hub for trading and blending. Okay, all right, so this became a big hub for trading and blending, and there was a lot of bourbon was sold here by the barrels and everything else. Well, Old Forester isn't the only only distillery on Whiskey Row now, because we consider Whiskey Row now pretty much all of Main Street. And if you go down about 8 or 10 blocks, you got Peerless. On the other side of the Center there, maybe 3 or 4 blocks away, Michter's micro distillery is there. There's some other Elijah Craig, Evan Williams Bourbon Experience is down there. Bardstown has a tasting area and a tasting room. But Old Forester here, I had a little bit more here. If you're going to visit Old Forester, you can't visit the Shively area of Brown-Forman Distillery. All right, so Old Forester for Brown-Forman, Old Forester, and then you could go to Versailles in Woodford County, Kentucky, and you could visit Woodford Reserve, which I recommend you do if you haven't done that yet on the Bourbon Tour. But here at Old Forester, it's not their main distillery. Brown-Forman has the Shively Distillery. You just can't tour it. So if you want to tour a distillery, this is the one you're going to tour for Old Forester. Inside of there, you can't see it. They store over 900 barrels of bourbon in there. This came back in 2018. It came back to Whiskey Row in 2018. So their bourbon is fairly new. It's no more than 8 years old in there. And when I talked to them today, so when I did my Google research, it said that this is where they produced the 117 series. And they got the president would come and he would choose the barrel from here to do the president's choice. But after I went in there and I talked to them earlier this afternoon, they said, no, the juice is the juice. So whatever that means for these guys, the juice is the juice. And the other guy said that they haven't really used any of the barrels that they've made here yet in anything. So we know that they've got over 9 barrels of 8-year-old bourbon. I don't know what they're going to do with it yet here, but they make about 15,000 barrels a year here. And so it's really more than a micro distillery, because most micro distilleries make like the state minimum just to be called a distillery. And that's like 55 to 60 barrels a year. They make 15,000 barrels a year. So they do some production here. They got a 44-foot copper steel from Vendome in there, so that's pretty cool. And you can go in there and tour the whole facility. They take you from start to finish on how they do this stuff. They bottle and everything in there, store barrels in there.
Corey said, great picture. Sad to say, I've never been down Whiskey Road.
No way, Corey. I'm surprised.
Well, here's your look at it, Corey.
So this is, like I said, this is the main, all these historic buildings here. You can see down through there, you got super tall high rises and everything else. But right here, you got like 3-story buildings, because that's what it was back in the 1800s. So you got some 3-story buildings right there. They don't want even the facade. So these two at the very beginning, they built the building in behind it, but they left the original facade and supported that. So it's a real cool area, a lot of history right here. And if you can imagine, this used to be all kind of distilleries and dang, I can't even think of the name of it now, but the people that rectifiers. Used to be a lot of rectifiers right here close to the river. So what we're going to do now, we'll walk on down. Our producer there, she can film the rest of the buildings here, so you can see. You'll see a couple of bars, O'Shea's, Doc Crow's, Monk's Road Bar. There's a lot of good stuff in there. But we're going to end up in Doc Crow's. That's where we're going to do a tasting tonight. So not a lot of history tonight. Just wanted to take you all out, because we're out, right? We're out and exploring stuff today. So we wanted to bring you along with us for a few minutes. So we'll walk down here. Old Forester, like I said, it's a good one to go to visit. They got a good, it's a good tour. But Woodford, if you want Brown-Forman product, go to Woodford Reserve for that tour, because it's a lot better and a lot prettier facility. This got a lot of history though. We haven't been in the whiskey kitchen yet, but we'll probably go there later. All right, so we'll stop right here. So where we're going to take you all, right over there is Doc Crow's. It's probably my favorite bar here on Whiskey Row. Of course, there's a lot, and if you go in the whole area, the Rabbit Hole's about 3 blocks away. There's a lot of speakeasies. If you go right behind these buildings on the next block, there's a little alley, and there's a speakeasy there that you have to have a reservation to get down into. You can't just walk into it and go. So there's a lot of cool stuff. Like I said, rabbit holes around here. We're going to have to walk and do some street crossings and stuff like that. So if you will indulge and hang out with us, you'll end up in Doc Crow's. And when you get to Doc Crow's, you're going to see a fantastic display of bourbon. All right. So Doc Crow's has over 2,700 different kinds of bourbon, whiskeys, and rye. While our producer's getting us a drink that we're going to try tonight and a table, we're going to go and we're going to show you all the bourbon wall and what it's like in Doc Crow's. There's the Crow's Nest at Doc Crow's. Now, Doc Crow's used to be just a restaurant. The Bourbon Edition, I think the restaurant started in 2011. The Bourbon Edition started in 2020. That's the part that we're going to be in. So if you go to the, when we go in, I don't know if I'll get to go to the right, but that's the original bar that was in this building back in the 1800s. They saved that bar when they redid this building. How you doing?
How you doing today?
Good. And they saved that bar when they restored this building. That's the original bar from the late 1800s. The part that we're going to, where all the bourbon is, though, that part is that's new. It's restored, I guess. It's still old building, just done different. All right, this is it. So if you get us a table where we can talk a little bit about our bourbon and stuff, I'll take this. And all right, guys. So this is Doc Crows. How y'all doing? That's right. I was just going to show all my viewers the bourbon wall of bourbon. I'm sorry.
Scheduled tables, like you have to go to the host stand.
Did they take?
They said to just come and sit down. Probably not. The bar is open seating.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we're back.
Wow! Look at there.
Whoa.
Okay. All right.
All right, guys. Tune in next Friday. Maybe it'll be better. We'll be back in the basement. If it's still recording and still running, we've frozen several times. I do apologize for the badness today. This is an experiment today, too, because in September, we're going to be at the Bardstown Bourbon Festival, and we're going to be trying to record and trying to do all that stuff.
Because it's outside.
I don't know, but the Wi-Fi may not be any better, or the link to our phone. Anyway, guys, you ready to do our sign off?
Yeah.
Why drink alone?
No, that's generic.
What do you want to do?
Thanks for tuning in. Please tell everybody to like and follow. We love getting new followers, and just don't forget, every Friday, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, come and join us. With all that being said,
why drink alone
when you can drink with us?
How about a hug, baby?
Okay, absolutely.
Ah, that's the best way to finish a show. I don't even really know how to turn this thing off now.
Bye, guys.
Bye.